We are not done with the game, and the game is not done with us, guys. So we are back. Space Age Factorio. 15, 16 hours into the game. I think up to 17 even. And we have just launched our space science station, which has a very few items that we're gonna start using to build. First things, you are not there. So you have to build like with the shadow mode, but the shadow mode is slightly different here. My advice is hit E. I'm sorry, B. No, I'm sorry, click that thing on the center of your screen. And what do you have there? Remove auto request missing construction materials. It's a bad idea. I mean, this, we have to learn how to use it. Otherwise, we're gonna waste rockets putting stuff in space. And you've seen that those blue circuits are really meaningful. So to select one item from the queue, you just, like as I was saying, click this and press Q on top of what you want. And then you click E to exit the little window, and then you can build what you just selected. You don't have to worry about being precise or anything. Anything you build can be instantly deconstructed, and it will be used by the AI too. Well, by the computer to fill in the spaces and do as necessary. So the first thing that you want to do is set up an asteroid collector. These guys are the ones that will collect asteroids for you. Impressive, huh? So, yay, we can now do space science. I'll get there in a second. The second thing you do is, can we get smart with this? Like do green, red, something like this. And tell him something like set filters and read content. And I don't know how this works. Well, yes, I guess I would have to put in here a decider, and based on the signals, like if there's too many of this or too many of that, send a type of filter. Yeah, I will send some circuits to try that out. But in the meantime, we will do the classical method. Like, how does this work? To be honest, I haven't found a perfect way. So bear with me. So we're gonna need splitters, obviously. But in the meantime, we're gonna be using hands, inserter hands. So the idea is to create a space for 3 inserters. Each one has a filter. The one closest to you has the rarest filter, which is the ice. Second, closest to you has the second rarest filter, which is carbon. And third has the third rarest filter, which is iron. So in essence, this just pulls out things off from here, and these are delivered to this thing. And this is where we are gonna redirect that to the miners. Like for example, we'll do this, and actually this should have to be one step behind. So we can do this, and then we could do this. Nope. Nope. Something better like that. Let's assume we do an 8 pad. Yeah. Now we have another thing to solve, which is the saturation of minerals. Now, how can I call it? When you're processing the asteroids, you're gonna find out that sometimes you produce an output, sometimes you produce an asteroid. So when you produce an asteroid, you must take it out of the machine via an inserter. Otherwise, you will not be able to start a new cycle. So you need to provide these outputs for the asteroids that can be the result of processing. That way, you will be able to take new asteroids in. So this is kind of like the most basic setup that can be done. But this is still leaves us with the problem of how are we going to use the resources from these items. We have already decided how to get them out of it. If you take this and launch something to space, you lose it. That's kind of the only way to lose things from this station, as far as I can tell. So that's why those hands are there. Now, let's think a little bit of what do we want to do. I'm going to adjust this so that it can exist one to the right, and it can allow the ice to be put immediately in here, and one to the top so that it can have the carbon immediately inserted in here as well. And this can be done with iron as well. This will make all the outputs to be put right into the space platform. And this will make it essentially a mining station. So let's go ahead and try that out. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to copy paste. I'm sorry, I used cut paste. Turns out there's not enough bases to fit everything yet, but that's okay. We can live with that. So we're gonna push this one back. Remind it that it was gonna process carbon. Give it a feeder, give it a feeder. We don't have any of this up here yet, but when we do, we're gonna have it like this. This one is gonna only take in the new resource, which is ice. This is only gonna take in the new resource, which is carbon. And I guess we would be doing another one of these to ensure that this one is passing the not new resource, but very essential iron ore. And we would have to reinstall the one that throws away the carbons, asteroids, something like this. And then we'll have to figure out where do we put the solar panel. I'm not sure how much energy we're gonna use, but I'm guessing it's gonna be about like what, 2, 3? Let's say something like this. And the station is smart enough to remain in orbit. On the sunny side. So you will always have some power, as long as you are on top of Novice or Volcanum. Because the other planet, no, that one doesn't. Okay, so we need more blue base, more inserters, and the solar panels, obviously. Let's go back to Novice. Okay, so back on Earth. Let's go for some. I got some solar panels. So that is, let's make sure we don't get run over. Well, it's about to start. We need to bring more assets. But first, we're going to ensure that we send a couple long inserters. What am I missing? iron. Okay. So I'm gonna send standard inserters, long inserters, splitters. I could send a lot of base. Yeah, this should be good enough. And let's go for the blue circuits. You can rest now. $173 blue circuits. That's good enough for a trip. And next one, I think. That's a lot of low density structure. That's happy news. And I remember we had already enough fuel last time. You can see that the train just departed. Let's add the chip and the rest to the box. Okay. So let me get back to the space station to see if something else is required, preferred. We might want to start looking into sending an assembly machine and perhaps an oven, a furnace. We need some bricks for that. We really just want to send a furnace of 2 and the same for assembling machines. So we will put the 2 furnace and the 2 assembling machines. Now we will refill with the slots. Okay, that works, that works. Can I get the transmission? No, it requires purple and I haven't built that yet. So I guess we just wait here. We can keep on planning the space station while it loads up. Oh, I think I can build on Earth the reception station. Space platform starter pack? No. Cargo landing pad, yeah. Give me some processing units. Not that many. That's okay. And concrete. I got concrete right outside here. So, landing pad. Now, where do I want my landing pad? I'm thinking obviously west. But how west? Like adjacent to my base west? Like this corner west? I don't think I want it very far away. I would like it to be able to supplement my iron intake. So I'm guessing I'm building it somewhere around here. Yeah, that'll be it. This is a very useful structure. Essentially, it lets you receive your packages from orbit. And, well, I mean... Oh, this is the copper line, not the iron line. The iron line will be here. Not sure if this is the best place, but yeah, let's install it in here. I want it to be possibly, if possible, a very solid receptor of iron, because I don't know what's the limit of getting iron in the space, but I suspect there is no limit. So why mine on Earth when you can mine on space, right? So the way I see it, even if it costs a little bit of energy, which we have come to a cost of production cost of 0, we're going to have a multi-layered box operation whose objective is simply to keep a lot of iron parked, so that if anything is necessary, I guess I cannot do this one. I don't know. Let's leave it as it is. One of the beautiful things that we are heading to is that you can start using the logistic systems to keep you geared up, so you can like build factories for the stuff, and you know, say I want to have 10 stacks of this, 20 stack of this, 50 stack of this, and well, as long as your factories can keep up, the drones will keep you geared, and you can be like nice and happy. The way I picture it is perhaps like to use both lanes. I would like do this at various underpasses, so that half of the output comes from or to this side. I guess I can do this. And the same applies to this side. Yeah, like this. And then on here, I just do, you know, like standard. There we go. We will obviously power this up. Oh, that looks neat. Like all the things assembling at once. And last but not least, let's add a filter to this, because we may offload more than iron from the space station. So this one is only for iron. We only need to copy it to the first lane. That's it. So that's that. Let's go back to the space station. Oh no. Well, yeah. I think we were waiting to launch this to it. So let's deliver the cargo now. Yay. Let's wait a bit for it to arrive. We can see it depart, and it usually gets to the space station a few seconds after it has departed. Small asteroids are no threat. Big asteroids are. In Novice, for some reason, there are no big asteroids. I'm guessing as to be kind with you on your space stations. But when you go to other planets, that is no longer true. Okay, we are missing some more flooring. Let's send it. Flooring, if you may. I'm sorry. Is the thing that takes a lot of iron. I'm sorry, again, steel. 20 steel bars. 5 iron per steel bar. 100 irons per base. So let's sit in here and wait and see. The power is gonna feed everything, and that collector is gonna start putting things into the space station. Let's see that happen. You know what I forgot to send? Solar cells. Yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. Don't bother with batteries, to be honest. What else should I send already? How many transporter bands does it has left? Only 12. So I'm gonna send some more. Perhaps I shouldn't. Perhaps I shouldn't send, and I should just try to build them up there. And I will only send the solar panels. Perhaps I should try for some circuitry. No, not yet, not yet. Let's keep it simple. I don't know if I'm gonna build multiple space bases. I'm feeling inclined right now to try just one, because I have like split the efforts before and it's rewarding. But you know, bigger ship means somehow more fun, I guess. Let's go. Just bases and electrical. Perhaps I could send some copper. And I could send... I mean, normally I build on Earth or Novice, as you prefer. And I sent to space. But I was thinking, like, what if I try to send raw resources and build up there? I don't know. Let's stick with what we've known for now. Oof, I need a lot of space platform foundation. I ran out of steel bars already. Do we have some on our box? 750. That's gonna be at least 7 like thingies more. And I guess I have to strengthen that iron intake and steel intake. You know, so that this can proceed a little bit faster. Oh no, we are suffering connection power issues. What was the other thing I wanted to build? Cargo base. More low density structure. Another cargo bay. Okay, that works. I mean, it won't be able to use them now because the cargo bays are very big. I mean, they take a lot of floor slots. But it's good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that it exists and is loaded there. For example, I'm thinking like in space you can do iron and steel. So what if I sent a lot of wiring? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And let the space station do the rest. It's not that they only require wiring. They may require other things. But wiring is a light way to send stuff up there, and it could allow it to build its own how's this thing called? Space platform foundation, allowing the space station to kind of grow by itself. I mean, not entirely, because in the end you are actually like I want it to be faster. And we are lacking copper. That's not good. Is it because of a malfunction or is it because of just high consumption? Let's see the copper intake. Yeah, we're at our limit. We had already been talking about adding another furnace. Which could be done like here. We just add here a line, ovens, and send the copper line to inject in here. And perhaps accelerate the... Yeah, sounds like a perfectly patchy solution. Why not? Let's go get some roads. Because I've just seen that there are like achievements for building less things. Like by hand. I mean by hand. I'm sorry. I was just like, it's been a while since I came to this side of the factory, so I was just like taking a look of how things are. It seems okay. I came for the things in this box. And I could use half the stacks on here. That should be it. Also, I think I need some new ovens for electric furnace. And as a matter of fact, we should start looking into automating their production because they are required for the purple science spec. So let's go for it. Yeah, it is sorely required, sorely missed. Yeah, something like this. Where did I play the furnace? I have none. I'm making them. Oh, I just finished doing the other thing. Oh my god. I definitely have to set this thing on auto build. What does it require? Steel pipe, advanced circuit, stone brick. Stone bricks are being made here. Advanced circuits are found there. So that's 70% of it. Steel plates are an issue, so I guess it have to wait before it is automated. Now, I was thinking of how to use both lanes for this purpose. So it was like, what? I guess like this, or like this. And then here the filter is just iron. So this kind of fits back into itself. So if it is backed in the main feed, it goes to the other feed. Otherwise, it goes 50-50. So we can better take advantage of these guys. And with this, then we will see how, if we can like field line up the way to both. If so, that means that these are well balanced, like to keep the input resource overflowing into the transformers, which are the steel makers. And yeah, you can see that the line becomes solid and slowly advancing in its solidity towards me. So this seems so right. Now let's go back here. And well, not right now. We were gonna like let it go for a little bit while we did the oven things. Nope. I mean, not necessary. These ones. There we go. So those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 furnaces with creating copper, bars, plates, and feeding this main line, which now seems healthier than a few minutes ago. Look at that. Now the one that is coming slowly is the steel. I mean the iron. I mean, but at least this one, that's why we injected iron over here, but the other band has very little of it. Anyhow, it does seem that the bronze intakes are getting healthier and most likely will be filled to the brim. Will be made full to the brim. Now, how many spaces we have? Oh, good enough to justify launching. I should go get fuel, not yet. Let's get the blue chips. Don't get run over. So you go in, you go in, you go in. There we go. Now up to space. So this basic setup we just invented for ourselves is going to take care of consuming all the resources. And it may seem overly complicated, but it's intended to get rid of all the waste, like easily, without a lot of complications. I know this might sound silly, but it's kind of quite of a problem. I mean that little sometimes you get this random output. That's a problem. So now you can see here that this is not working because it's missing one band, transporter band. Now it is working, and it inputs their input, their output, whatever. And one other thing is quality. Quality is a fun thing to play with, but that's something we're gonna leave for a little later. I would rather try to reach the ability to get to quality 3 and 4, 4 and 5 before getting into it. Just because it's quite a big of a mess. Look at that. That's so pretty. You saw that? You saw that? That little guy was going to get everything stuck if we didn't get rid of him. That's it. We got this, guys. You don't know how good this is. So beautiful. I'm sorry. I could just sit here and watch it for a while. I mean, it's the first space station, you know? So, eventually it's going to fill up and we're going to shoot resources down to Earth. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and set up our science production in here. So the first thing is that we are going to require one of those ovens, furnaces, because we're going to need steel. No, don't do that. Yeah, that can happen. Goodbye. Now we're gonna need the assembly machine. Yep. And now the assembly machine can do the science. Straightforward, huh? Now we put the thing in there. And we can even, like, you know, why not? Because it's not gonna take the entire input of that furnace. So this works. Now, additionally, we're gonna like get one of these here and one of these here, and that's it. Things are smart enough on their own to work. You know what we're missing? Ice. We haven't got a single. Yeah, get that one. That one. That's a blue one. Yay. Oh, you saw what happened. Poor thing, you're being ignored. Let's make it easier for you to graph things. How can I do this? I can cut paste one more slot to the left and remove this little overhead here and add this one right here so that you get a chance to hold it, and switch you for a long one so you can do the same pass without band thing. Let's try again. That's it. Now we got processing of ice, and we got ice inserted, and we got that into. So that's it. With this basic setup, you will be getting all the resources you can from space. I mean, if you notice, there's a lot of asteroids running around me. I will actually create a perimeter of this thing so that I get from all directions as many asteroids I can. And that's it. That's about it. But we were talking about how to manage this in you know, whatever way is convenient for us, which in this case is, let's use the very same iron and steel and that we can create in space by just uploading to the space station the wiring that it will be using along that iron and steel to grow itself, and thus we won't be expending so much fuel sending stuff to the space, and we won't be spending as much blue chips and whatnot, right? So, I mean, we require all of that for further science back. So it's not about being cheap or something. It's about like using efficiently resources. Also, this space station, if you grow it well enough, I mean, it can be a huge industrial monster. And like in space, you don't worry about the missions. And so, yeah, that's it. It has a lot of potential. After having said all that, you can see that it's creating this beautiful space science packs for us. So those are our little friends. Now, before we continue, we're gonna send more asteroid collectors to space. As many as we can, like 5, 6, I don't know. I would say 2 per side. So if it's a square, that's 8 sides. And we only have 1 up there or 2? We only had 1. So we would have to do 7. So let's see what's the material requirements to do 7 asteroid catchers. That's a lot of low density structure being the highest expense. Let's see here. We have 76. So if this takes 20, we can do 3 for now. Well, it's a good starter. 1 per side. And then let's get blue chips, and we have an electrical engines. So get blue chips, and that's that. The exact 3 we need to do. I didn't check the train. It could have. Did you see that? Did you see that? It could have run over me. I knew it. Yeah, that happens every time you don't watch when you cross the street, you know? We are on number 2. About to get done with number 3 when it comes that. Yeah. So let's send this to space and some more base. Now, you know what? Let's start sending the iron wiring. The copper wiring. And that's what I wanted to send. And that's where I wanted a fast inserter to. Oh, that's too little. I'm gonna like farm all the copper I have everywhere. Copper wiring I have everywhere. I have another one over here. Oh no, it's not that much. And I think I've got another over here. I mean, it's still not a lot. Oh, so mild. With their old style inserters. Let's open this one. Mine the train. Filling with this. Okay. Use the ones. Okay, and these ones. There we go. Now, the main goal for this white science pack is logistics right here. So we're using it 500. It's gonna take a little while. We can continue to expand our operation with this. Okay. So we got the new asteroid collectors. And as we said, we want to set them on each side of the ship. I mean, like, they don't have to be symmetric. We need even more. Okay, let's keep on going with what we currently got and to think better of what we need to send up next time. Okay, so the idea behind this setup, something like sending the resources yeah, something like this. Something like this. Okay, so we're gonna send a little bit more base, a little bit more band, and a little bit underpass. So base, band, underpass, we got it all. So we will send not a lot of roads. What? With right click I can put just one? I wasn't aware of that. I just discovered it. That's amazing. I'm sorry. It was just new. There we go. Beautiful. And this. What else would I like to send up there? This. Efficiency modules? Yeah. I guess. You know, the thing about efficiency modules is that they make you use less energy, even if you're not so concerned about pollution. You might be concerned about perhaps the energy consumption of the furnace. Oh, we ran out of power! Amazing. What happened? What is consuming so much electricity? Collapse. Yeah, we have just been doing too much. Tomorrow will be another day and we will have power again. Let's go install more power network. We have a lot of batteries here and a lot of solar cells up there. Accumulators, I'm sorry. Let's respect them, call them by their name. These guys are getting closer, or is it my imagination? Like, I don't remember this many colonists in this way. Yep, those were all the cells that we had. I'm gonna go get the proper poles for this. And the wood in case we need to do more. I do believe we're gonna need a bit more than 21. Oh, I might have exaggerated. Okay, so that takes care of the solar cells. Now let's go do the batteries. I'm sorry, accumulators. Oh, more extractors running out. We might need to start searching for a new storm source soon. Well, we already got an iron source. Coal. Pretty neat, huh? Where should I put my new accumulators? Should I kill that little tree over there? Or this bunch here? Or perhaps I can build one in this corner, like a block there. Like here. Yeah, this seems good enough to me. Big electric pole over here. Nope. What about over here? Nope. What about over here? Here. Oh, it's horrible. But it's okay. We'll live through it. And now we add batteries. Accumulators. Okay, almost there. Let's hope for that to be enough for us to catch a better deal today. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can tell that intake was not being enough to fit the batteries. This additional power, I hope, is enough. Otherwise, we might spend another night without full power. But that's okay. We will live through it. Oh, that one is lacking efficiency chips. And we are no longer in a hurry. Like, we have faith that we don't want you using 6 times or as many times as much power as you were using. And there might be some other places that are missing chips, and that's causing power issues on top of the measured growth we have experienced. That turret thingy is missing a thingy. What else? It seems alright. Okay. All good. We're chill. So, back to space. How is this one doing? Barely 75. Oh, we are not yet done. Have we got our package? Yes, we did. Is this broken? Yes, it is. Why? Oh, because it's not using filters. Did we send filters? No, we didn't. Okay. This is a new stage of the game. We check how optimizing your spaceship. So, that's not how you do it. So how do you do this? As you can see, the skies trap a lot of asteroids. Every one of those asteroids is potential resources. Some of those resources are not very valuable on novice because you already have essentially endless source of water and some other things. So that is one of the things, right? Second, I'm trying to think how to make it so that I guess we can just circuit this thing up. Like if I connect this guy to this guy and tell him to read all belts, and I tell him reads all the way over here, right? So I just want to have 15 times 3, 45. So enable disable if everything is greater is lesser than 45. Yeah, so the rest of the time is going to be disabled. Now we will do the same for the other two. Same instruction. Read belt contents, hold all belts, enable disable, everything must be less than 45, and then you can put things in. And the same goes to you. Read the band, read the belt contents, hold all belts, you enable disable, hold everything must be lesser than 30. Oh no, I said 45. And we will do the same on the last circuit. Connected, read for all signals must be less than 45. So now all of these are recollecting asteroids, but they are not placing it in the band now. Okay, yeah. So we are gonna try not to waste all the asteroids that are like sitting there. I'm gonna try to make a little cycle. I know it's not gonna be like perfect, but let's try to see how it behaves and if it gives enough movement window for the process to start moving forward. Oh, I forgot. This one should have been moved along. This could have been what stopped us, not anything else. We could send the other inserters to make sure that we can do this faster. We could also add more mining units, like crusher units. It's a weird way in which it behaves when it comes down to setting the underpasses on the ship. Like, I guess it has to do with the fact it's kind of like setting a ghost of it. Like, why isn't this moving through? Let's try again. I remember that the trick is being patient and waiting for it to complete building. I can't because there's no ship below it. Oh, but I could perhaps do this, push it to ahead. And we would have to get rid of some materials somewhere else. Something like this. Yeah and no. Okay. I'm gonna send more structure base and we'll see what to do with that. In the meantime, yay! Look at that. We can just control click and it will send whatever we tell them to send down to Novus in our asteroid landing pad. Yeah, you saw that landing, and now things are placed from there into the main flow of minerals if they are ever able to get in. Neat, huh? How's power doing? Okay, let's hope for the better. Now back to our current endeavor. Let's send more base to the space. Let's send some splitters. And those two things should help us live happy ever after. Now, to be honest, I'm just thinking of having more tools up there to get this done. With creativity, I don't have a preset plan yet in my mind. Like, a good amount of this is exploring whatever you think is entertaining, right? We need more fuel, surprisingly. We require more light oil on this side of the isle. I knew I had to connect the other one, which is full. Actually, I have to connect all of them. But let's send this first to space, then we can connect the oil storages. And so we take this and we send like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we send more bases. So what else did I want to send? I guess that's it. The rest will be figured out on space. I guess I could send a couple more crushers. One more crusher. This should be here. Okay, so one more crusher up to space. Anything else? Assembly machines. I think I should send 2 assembly machines. Speed modules, production modules. No. Quality modules. Not yet. Okay, almost there. Yay. Assembling machines on, splitters on. Let's just send, the bases. We will take care of the sending wiring later. We have to wait because we didn't load the fuel before, so it's taking its time preparing the rocket. So let's see if we can take some wiring to send with it now. Yay, that's quite a bit of it. I am actually happy for that. Yeah, this is gonna be good enough. Yep. Yeah, something like this. So remember, space gives you endless sun on top of novice, endless asteroids, that means endless iron, coal, well, this new item carbon, and science. It's just a matter of building up the base. So this is what we're doing. I just realized we're 1 hour in. So I guess I'm gonna wrap it up in here while we continue to build our space station, which is obviously still a long way to go from perfect state. So that'll be it for now, and meet you in next video. Thank you.